Good morning, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another edition of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility. Today, we're going to take a look at a brand new release from a real old school U.S. heavy metal band from the 80s. You know, we did the show over the weekend with Martin Popoff and Rich Catino, where we talked about some of those classic early mid-80s U.S., or I should say North American, classic heavy metal bands, some of which, got to be fairly popular. Some were always pretty obscure, faded into obscurity, that sort of thing. Well, today we're going to talk about another one that I mentioned on that show briefly. This is a band called Hittman from New York, right? They're local New York guys. They've got a brand new album out after many, many years of being away from the scene called Destroy All Humans. All right, so for those of you who might remember Hittman, so they formed in the early 80s. They didn't release their first album until 1988, and this is actually it right here, their self-titled release. Okay, they also had a demo before that, then they had a second album which came out in the early 90s, and then that was kind of it for them for many, many years. So this has also been reissued here, their debut a couple of years ago, and it also has the 1985 demo tracks on it as well. So quite good if you kind of like that... like Queensryche, Fate's Warning, Crimson Glory type of sound, really strong, high-pitched vocals, lots of great metallic riffing and technical guitar solos, and really rock-solid rhythms. Great catchy songs, but kind of, not quite thrash, not quite prog metal, but kind of falling somewhere in between. So, but they're back. All right, so let's take a look at this. So Destroy All Humans, a little bit take on the Godzilla movie Destroy All Monsters, I guess, right? Or just Destroy All Humans, because we got a lot of wacky humans on the planet these days, right? I guess. I don't know. Let's take a look at the booklet here. Okay, so here we've got, lyrics and some artwork. Okay. There's the current guys in the band, which I'll note them momentarily. Okay, credits and all that fun stuff. So we've got, in the band today, we've got Dirk Kennedy on vocals, keyboards, and espresso. Dirk was also the singer in the band back in the classic days. We've got Jim Bacci on guitars, keyboards, backing vocals, also original member. You got John Christen on guitars, also an original member. And then you got now on bass, Greg Beer. And drums on the album played by Jai S., okay, as well as... Joe Fugazi, okay, and of course the album is dedicated to Michael Buccellato, okay, who was their original bass player who passed away about 7 years ago. So how is the album, you might ask? Well, it's actually really, really good, and what I love about this album is it's 8 tracks, okay, it's eight new songs. It's just as long as it needs to be. All the songs are really good, really memorable. The title track is excellent. It's funny because it's bookended front and back, first track, last track, by 2 total amazing tracks. Title song and then Love the Assassin. Love the Assassin is killer. Lots of great riffs on this album. You got Breathe. It's a Lodge. Code of Honor is another kick-ass track. Total Amnesia, also really good. Nice hook, a lot of technical guitar playing on there. 1,000 Souls, Out in the Cold, and then of course I mentioned Love the Assassin, last song, and Destroy All Humans, which kicks it all off. And really good production, sounds really good, and it's like a total throwback to that kind of late 80s heavy metal sound here in the U.S., right? The U.S. metal thing. Like I said, not quite thrashy, fairly proggy, but not full-blown prog metal. What it sounds a lot like, if you dig the most recent couple of Queensryche albums with Todd, the new vocalist, singing for the band, not that far removed from that style. Okay, and those Queensryche albums are very reminiscent of their classic 80s albums. So this has a total 80s feel, late 80s feel. Vocals are outstanding. Tunes are kind of catchy, but they're real heavy. Lots of great guitar playing, right? You got 2 guitar players, all sorts of great riffs and solos. Really, really good. I'm digging this quite a bit. And it's funny because you listen to the first album and even the demo tracks. I mean, the first album is killer. The demo stuff is awesome. Winds of Warning, great song. Dead on Arrival. Backstreet Rebels, excellent. Test of Time. Metal Sport. A lot of really good stuff on the first album and the demo tracks. But if you listen to these 2 back to back, I mean, they almost sound like they could have been created just a couple of years apart, not 30 years apart, or more than that actually. So pretty cool. So you can get both of these. These are available. Definitely check them out. But the emphasis here is on the new one, Destroy All Humans. Really cool release here in 2020, and it is on No Remorse Records. In fact, you can get both of these on No Remorse Records. So check those out. Hittman. Glad to see they're back. Great New York heavy metal, classic metal from the 80s here in 2020. Good job, guys. Great to see you again. And maybe one of these days when this coronavirus thing finally lets up a little bit, we can go check you guys out live somewhere in the area, hopefully. So visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter. Of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. Stay tuned. Coming up either later today or maybe tomorrow, we're going to have a review of the brand new Communic CD, which is called Hiding from the World, out on AFM Records now. In addition, we got Monday Night Must-See TV with the Hudson Valley Squares coming up tonight. Part 2 of overlooked albums from bands we love. So stay tuned for that. It'll be coming up this evening. We've got more Monsters Den episodes coming up this week. Nick Franco also going to be helping me out doing a ranking the albums of Norwegian progressive black metal titans Enslaved. That's coming up tomorrow night, so you don't want to miss that. Chris Allo, Rich Catino will be coming back on the show for some Monsters Den episodes. We've got Martin Popoff coming back early next week. We're going to rank the catalog of Faith No More. Rich Catino and I, over the weekend, this coming weekend, are going to each give you our top 10 favorite thrash metal albums of all time. Martin Popoff and I are also going to give you our top 10 favorite southern rock records, as well as our top 10 favorite progressive rock albums. So all this stuff is coming up over the next couple of weeks. I've got a very special interview with a very notable drummer from a very notable band that's signed, sealed, and delivered. We'll be doing that next week, and I'll announce that probably later in the week. That's coming up. Man, all sorts of things happening. So stay tuned, and we'll see you real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.